All right, we are live again. Thank you, Franco, for your patience as we've resolved some technical difficulties. So my final question to you was, in seeking to advance a more civilized, prosperous society filled with emerging technologies that improve human well-being, how do we deal with and overcome that element in humanity that's unfortunately still present with us, that exacerbates existential risks in the status quo as well as contributes to a lot of barbarism and brutality?
Well, I would say that emerging technologies is at once the thing that's most likely to alleviate current existential threats, and at the same time, the thing that's most likely to create new existential threats. But I believe that self-modification and the increased extent with which NBIC technologies in general and neurotechnology in particular can afford us the increased capacity to determine the conditions of our self. I think that that's the best tool we have to try and weed out that impulse of humanity, which is still present. That
Yes,
destructive impulse.
yes, indeed. So it will be wonderful to see a day, and hopefully we will both get to see that day when technology will have progressed to such an extent and will have become so abundant that these age-old impulses toward brutality, toward attempting to deprive one's fellow man of something instead of trying to create something that will benefit oneself and others, when that will be a relic of history. So that would definitely be wonderful to experience. And I do hope that in the contest between the forces of civilization, including, I think, most importantly, technological innovation, and the forces of barbarism and backwardness and savagery, the forces of civilization will eventually win out, hopefully in time for us. So in closing, Franco, is there anything that you want to share with our viewers that we haven't touched on, or maybe have touched on, but you would like to expand upon a bit more, just to leave our viewers with something to think about?
I don't think so, Gennady. I think that that we've covered a lot of ground today, and that we had a very fruitful discussion, and I'm happy with where we're at on it.
Excellent. Well, Franco Cortese, it's always a pleasure to speak with you, and hopefully we'll be able to do this again sometime. And in the meantime, let's see if we can get some more progress to happen out there in the world. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This is Gennady Stolyarov II, and I hope you have a good evening.